Hello and welcome to the Watchtower with me, Ben Mortner, and my co-host. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Desi Feldman. I'm Ben's co-host.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing he is. He doesn't do anything.
Oh,
other than
shut
that.
up. Okay.
All right. So what we are going to talk about today is first they just came out with a second Wonder Woman trailer yesterday. What do you think?
So, one thing I do really like about DC films is that they usually have really good trailers. So
you what? Sorry, you like something about DC films?
It's their trailers.
That's a bit surprising.
Okay.
Considering they're terrible.
Well,
sorry, did I show some DC film bias there?
mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this Wonder Woman trailer, I think it's a really well done trailer. I feel like DC is steering a little more to like the I'll say traditional way of superhero trailers, I guess. It does feel like more of a generic trailer, but I feel like that's a good thing for DC considering their track record with trying to make superhero movies different and like dark, and that clearly hasn't been working out for them. So I think what they really need to do is just make like a more like classic or traditional superhero movie. So the Wonder Woman trailer looks great. The only reason I'm not super excited for Wonder Woman is because DC's movies, a lot of people would say they were terrible. I wouldn't say they're terrible, unlike some people, but I'd say they're definitely...
Wonder who those people are, right?
Yeah.
Seems like a total jerk if I do say so myself. Jeez.
All right. So most of the DC films to me have been like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. So that's kind of where I think Wonder Woman's going to go. It's hard to judge from the trailer because I think the trailer is really well done, but I'm just judging off of DC's reputation.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it looks okay. Really, all we've seen is action shots, which really worry me because, I mean, hey, there's not much to say. They cracked a joke at the end, and like all the other DC trailers.
That's like the one joke in the entire movie.
Yeah, guarantee
in the trailer. I'm hoping that they're saving some of the cool shots from the movie.
I mean, this movie was made before like the corporate mandate had that. Oh man, DC films have to be fun.
It's not just DC films; it's any superhero film. You got to make it fun. You can't have.
I mean, Warner Bros. is trying to change their direction after Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah,
bombed.
obviously.
And maybe I think this was made in like the middle of it for the most part. So who knows? It could be great. Could be terrible though. So, but. That's just fun-wise. I mean, it looks okay. The action does look very cool, and I'm excited to see where they take this.
One thing,
it does look very Captain America: The First Avenger-y, which can go either way,
and it's like
good or bad.
It's World War I, right? That's what she's in Captain America was in
but
the other World War.
It looks pretty interesting, and I mean, like the cinematography geek inside of me is probably going to be like, oh, that's a pretty cool shot. But, and I mean, Zack Snyder, who doesn't direct this movie, by the way, but he's, I think, vaguely in charge of it in some shape or form. He knows how to make cool shots that don't really resonate at all because I mean, so recently I watched this video about how Zack Snyder has moments instead of scenes, and that his entire films are just made up of moments. So there's no scenes to kind of build up the moments. And I mean,
I believe that's a very true point.
Yeah. Like in the Avengers, right? You have basically, I don't know, 2 hours of scenes before you have that Avengers coming together moment, which is just so gratifying. And in Batman v Superman,
there was
the whole film is a ton of moments and nothing to kind of fluff it up.
Yeah, that is very true. Mm-hmm. One thing about Wonder Woman, I'm hoping. So we've seen a ton of cool shots in the trailer, obviously, but some of the things DC has been doing is they've really been showing all their cool shots in the trailers. So that way, when you see the movie in theaters and you see a really awesome looking shot, you're like, oh, I've seen that already, which I think is a huge mistake. And I hope they don't make that mistake with Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I mean, like Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Every single cool shot was in the trailer.
Yeah, every single cool shot.
That whole movie, except for the ending, like the last 5 minutes, was actually in the trailers. I would not, in fact, you could probably piece together
Like a good amount of the movie.
In fact, I recently went back and watched some like preemptive analysis of Batman v Superman trailers, and they predicted the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, and I watched this video, and it was like, oh hey, here's they've pretty much shown us the whole movie here. I wonder what they're gonna do. And then they made a quick joke about maybe killing off Superman. Well, look what happened.
Batman vs Superman. One thing that wasn't like Wonder Woman that they did is I felt like they spoiled a lot of the plot in this Wonder Woman trailer. I feel
sorry for spoiling the end of Batman v Superman there, by the way, but I assume most people have seen it, and it's honestly not worth watching. So
yeah,
I really saved you there.
Anyway, back to Wonder Woman. Unlike Batman vs Superman, this trailer doesn't seem to give a whole lot of the plot.
Yeah. It seems. I mean, maybe they've went back on that and said, "Hey, maybe we'll just make the trailers mostly action shots."
Yeah, that's why
won't give away the plot of the movie, but we'll maybe give way more of the cool moments.
Yeah, but I think it's a good idea because although DC's trailers, I do think they're very entertaining. I feel like they usually spoil the whole movie before you actually go see the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't seem to be making that same mistake with Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really hope they've saved some of those cool shots, though, because we see a bunch of cool shots in the trailer. I really hope they have some saved for the actual movie, and that I didn't just watch like the best parts of the movie all in like 2 minutes.
Oh, you did. It looks good. I'm cautiously excited. So
yeah,
and I mean, I think it's actually a good parallel to have. Hey, here's the first real female superhero movie coming out, and have it set in a time where women were being what's it called, had a lot of prejudice against them.
I think they should have made a Black Widow movie already, but
they probably should have, but I mean,
didn't really
personally I'm not a huge fan of Black Widow, and I think maybe Scarlet Witch would work better in the role, but if you're gonna have
I like Scarlett Johansson as well.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really excited for Captain Marvel as a movie, but I'm a huge Captain Marvel fan. So,
sick.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have to say about the Wonder Woman trailer, right?
Right.
So the next thing, before we get on to talking about this week's The Flash, Fantastic Beasts, that's coming out pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Harry Potter spin-off movie.
Yeah. Takes place in the Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
Except in the 1940s.
The 1940s.
In America, I believe.
In my personal opinion,
yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter.
Wow, Ben.
I know. It's blasphemous, but I'm not totally into it. I get why people think it's good. I probably need to go back and watch it. Or read it or something.
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do
this. Or read the books in a long time, but I remember liking it a lot. So
yeah. I mean, I remember liking it when I was like 5, except I haven't really gone back and actually critically analyzed it. So
yeah,
who knows, right?
Something that I like about Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is that it's set in like the past, in like the 1940s, and I really think that was a good idea, because something that always kind of triggered me about the Harry Potter series is that their technology seems so primitive for like the early 2000s when it takes place. Like,
well, I mean, dude, it's
I know,
right? You don't have a use for technology. Also,
I guess.
Isn't there some bit in there about how technology like conflicts with wizardry or something?
Oh, there might be.
I feel like that's definitely in there.
But
I might be confusing that with some Percy Jackson lore or something.
Yeah, well, and especially the way they dress too, it feels like you're in another era, and I think it fits perfectly into like the era of the 1940s.
Yeah. I mean, I think it looks good. What I'm interested in seeing is how they differentiate it from the Harry Potter movies. I haven't read the books for Fantastic Beasts, so
yeah, me neither.
I'm not sure how it's going to work out. Hopefully good. Hopefully well.
Anything?
I think what I think they're going to do is they're going to try to either adhere very closely to Harry Potter or like stray as far away as they can.
Yeah.
Like, to try to make it, different. Like,
I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think they're going to try to stray away from it. I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to see some references to Harry Potter.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the things that I'm worried about. Like, what if this entire movie is just Harry Potter references?
Yeah. Well, do we see any Harry Potter references in the trailer? Did you notice?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
But, like, I haven't watched the trailers more than once or twice. So
yeah, I haven't closely analyzed it either.
It's a movie that I'm interested in, but might not see, actually.
Really?
It's kind of weird. You know what movie I am excited in seeing?
What?
Edge of 17. I think it looks
fantastic.
fantastic.
Okay, Ben.
I love those teen girl romance movies. I'm not even joking right now. I love them. I'm a huge fan of Juno, Mean Girls. It's like, man, Juno's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, actually.
Yes, Ben. I've picked this up.
I love those teenage girl comedies.
Okay.
For some reason, it does something for me.
All right. Do you want to move on to The Flash now?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be a generally good idea.
All right,
I think it's a solid idea.
We'll talk about episode 5, I believe. It's episode 5.
Episode 5
of season 3 of The Flash.
Just to summarize, they
spoiler alert.
Yes.
If you have not seen The Flash yet, up to season 3.
Season 305.
Season 3, episode 5.
Season 305.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened this episode? We had Harrison Wells from an alternate dimension. He's pretty weird.
And he calls him HR.
HR.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this
HR
new
Wells.
Harrison Wells. He's a weird guy, you know?
How do I personally feel about it?
Yeah.
I think it's such a bizarre idea, and honestly, I mean, they do it well for what they're giving, except why did they create this idea in the first place?
Well,
why?
I guess in the story, the other Harrison Wells that we saw in season 2, he had to go back. He had to go back to his own world. Except I'm pretty sure we'll probably see him again. But they still wanted a Harrison Wells, even though like the other like couple of Harrison Wells have been like evil. So
yeah,
we get this Harrison Wells who dresses like a street performer. He talks really fast. He's a weird guy, but I guess he's a fun character.
Yeah. So, I mean, also there's Caitlin Snow's whole deal, which I think was handled pretty badly in this episode, where she just she goes to visit her mom, and then she just becomes angry for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, but why? Caitlin's always been a very calm person.
Well,
I mean, now she's like interesting, except the Flash always feels like, in a lot of its character arcs, it feels like it's skipping an inciting incident. Like, things just kind of happen for no reason.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to think about it too deeply, Ben.
Okay. Cool. No, I think I am supposed to think about it too this deeply, Desi. I think it's just, I don't understand why she's becoming angry. You know, it seems very weird. Caitlin has always been a calm person, and I get that they're trying to make her into a villain or something, but it doesn't appeal to me.
Well, do you think so? She's probably going to become evil, you think, and become killer for us?
Yeah, but you have to do these things over the course of time, and that's why I'm very confused as to what they're doing here.
I don't really. I feel you on that level too, but like I don't really care that she's becoming evil, because I feel like Caitlin Snow just got way more interesting than she was in the beginning. So, like, for those of you that have seen season 1 and 2, you'll know, especially in season 2, you know, she didn't add a whole lot to the show. She was just kind of...
Oh, man. All of my boyfriends die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every single one. Sometimes multiple times. It's great.
Yeah. And she was kind of just there whenever the plot needed her. Like, she's like a nurse and a chemist, and she's a bunch of things, and it gets a bit weird, and I feel like she definitely wasn't a very strong character and didn't add a whole lot to the show.
You know, she's there because they wanted to set this up for season 3, and you know, they have 3 seasons of time to work with, and for some reason they never integrated any of it. into this. So for some reason we have calm Caitlyn in season 2, and for the most part in season 3 so far, and then in this episode and last episode, and like or not even last episode, basically just this episode, she suddenly becomes like angry Caitlyn. And it's it's such a weird transition. I found that
like more interesting, Caitlyn. Like it is a weird transition, but it's definitely
It's more interesting.
It spices things up.
The transition isn't natural, and that's kind of another thing that I want to touch upon, right? So at the end of this episode, or throughout the episode, they're trying to like kind of do a Julian Barry becoming friends thing, which worries me because this would work if it was over the course of a few episodes, but how they're doing it, it feels like they're rushing it, and I think that means that they're building up to him being a villain.
Julian?
Yeah.
Well, I think
because if they had the time to flesh it out, like they did in season 1 with Eddie and Barry, I think they would, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they don't.
That's a good point.
Again, not organic. First off, it's showing your hand. Second off, it's the writers showing their hand. Sorry. First, it's the writers showing their hand. Second, it's kind of weird. It feels a bit too quick.
No, and I think because it's too quick, they're probably Julian's probably gonna turn evil. Actually, he's been pretty evil so far.
He has been pretty evil so far, except now they're trying to make us like him.
Yeah,
and what does that mean?
Yeah, and also Tom Felton, the actor who plays Julian, he always plays the evil character. Like he was Draco. His signature role is like Draco Malfoy.
Yeah,
but
let's go back to Harry Potter for a second.
No, but he's always playing like the bad guy or the evil guy. So
yeah.
If he turns evil, that would literally be no surprise.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. You think him and Barry are gonna become friends?
I think they're gonna become the best of friends, and then Julian's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm alchemy," and then Barry's gonna be like, "What? I could have never expected this sudden development," because it's gonna be sudden. It's gonna be underdeveloped. That's what's gonna happen. Oh man, it was an okay episode. The Flash is just kind of it sort of seems like it's adding up to an all-around okay show, and it's just not as good as it used to be.
No, I think
some episode it's always the baseline quality is always going to be, it's okay.
No, I don't
but
think
it's
okay.
going to pretty rarely go above good. It's not going to become great, and it's usually just going to be mediocre.
Well, I'm not going to
It's going to be the standard for okay TV.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's bad, but I would say it's definitely pretty cheesy, and it's definitely not like the best show ever, but I think it's just a really fun show, I think the characters are all really fun, and it's also fun just to imagine someone with super speed powers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can pretty much do anything.
I mean, it's to me, it seems like there's some sort of like quality level that they have to maintain between Arrow and the Flash, where they have a certain amount of quality and they have to spread it between the two shows. Except they want and for the first season of the Flash, they basically just gave it all to the Flash and none to Arrow, which is why season 3 of Arrow sucked and the Flash season 1 was great. And then they kind of tried to give Arrow a little more, and that's why season 4 was meh, except that kind of made season 2 of Flash meh. And now they're giving more back to Arrow, and the Flash is just kind of
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm liking season 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any worse than season 2.
Hey, Desi, you want to know a fun fact about Arrow right now?
Go ahead.
You know they're introducing Ragman as a main character? Ragman. He's a hero. He's a main hero. He's a main character on the show.
What does he do?
He controls rags. What do you think?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he controls rags. He has this suit that he puts on and it lets him control rags. But only when attached to only the rags attached to the suit. And it's pretty weird.
Well, that's what I think these CW shows, they do some weird, goofy, but they're still fun, like superheroes and supervillains. Heck, we had that gosh, I can't remember the name of the shark metahuman. The shark one, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of sucks about this season of Flash so far, right, is that you have the first episode and the fifth episode were kind of just, in my opinion, were kind of bad. And the in-between episodes were just, the second one was really great, and the third one and the fourth one were pretty great, were pretty okay. So,
yeah.
You know, I like it. It's so far, it's had more good episodes than bad episodes. But I don't like the way it's going, and maybe they can pull out a way to trick us all.
Well, where would you like it to go?
Where would I like it to go?
Yeah.
I want them to slow down and think about these characters for a second.
There are 22 episodes to do this.
Yeah.
The seasons are really long.
You don't need to always reveal your villain in episode 14. I'm not sure. Maybe there's like some corporate management thing that says it. But and you don't always have to kill off a character in episode 18. It's I don't know why they do it, but these CW shows always do it every single time. Moira,
they have like a formula. That's why
an Arrow. It's like, or like, I guess just around that general area, like near the end of the season or something. You got Tommy and Arrow in Arrow season 1, Moira in Arrow season 2. Roy in Arrow season 3, Laurel in Arrow season 4, and then in the Flash you got who died in season 1? I don't think. Oh, Ronnie, right? No, Ronnie didn't die actually.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Well, that was at the beginning of season 2. It doesn't really count. Actually, I don't think anything. Yeah, the Flash season 1 subverted that. But
no, you don't. Well, you don't find out who Harrison Wells really is until like halfway through the season.
Yeah.
You pretty much knew who he was from the start, that he was evil, but the show doesn't confirm it till halfway through.
Yeah, exactly.
And then same with Zoom in season 2. Same type of thing. They reveal, it's like, a big reveal that Zoom is turned out to be Jay. And then someone dies at the end of season 2 as well. Yeah, Barry's dad dies.
Maybe there's like a formula for CW superhero shows that like, this is how you have to do it. You have to have certain plot points in certain episodes.
You know what?
I don't get it.
No, well, because, Ben, it takes effort to come up with a new idea on how to do things. And also...
Sure, but shouldn't they put effort into these shows? It is their job, Desi.
Yeah, well, they are putting some effort in. I don't know. Well, they do have, the CW shows do have a fair amount of viewers, so they're pulling in some money. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
sure, but
maybe they're just happy with their system.
Wouldn't you want a better show? Because
but I don't
honestly, The Flash is not doing it for me right now.
Well, I don't think of The Flash... Like, I don't hold The Flash to high expectations like I would for the Marvel Netflix shows. Like,
okay, yeah. There you go.
Well, I just don't have expectations for The Flash. I kind of watch it just because I think they're fun to watch. That's why I hate when the episodes just aren't fun and they're serious. That bugs me, because the best thing about The Flash is that it's just a fun show. It's entertaining. It can be fun, and they're fun to watch.
I mean,
entertaining.
So right now I'm thinking about what TV I should axe off my schedule, right? Because right now I got, I watch a lot of TV. I basically have no life, and so I got The Flash, all those superhero shows. So I'm quitting Supergirl because I just don't enjoy it. I'm considering axing Legends of Tomorrow. Because I also don't really enjoy it that much. What else? How to Get Away with Murder. I'm pretty iffy on season 3, but I'm gonna see how it goes, just because I really liked season 1 and most of season 2. So, and I mean, if Doctor Who in Class was on right now, I wouldn't be able to do school. I wouldn't be able to have friends.
I don't know if I'm gonna go back to watching Doctor Who.
We talked about this last week, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of significant things wrong with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird show. So is that all we have to say about The Flash?
That's all from me. Oh, one more thing. What's good with Joe and his assistant? Is that it?
Oh, the DA, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think she's going to be evil.
Yeah, maybe. Or she's just going to be some contrived drama between this character that we've never met.
By this character that we never met. Oh.
I'm talking about the female DA person that wants to go on a date with him. Yeah.
Yeah, well... Yeah, I think she's going to be evil.
She's been in one episode.
Yeah, I'm just calling it I think she's going to be evil because I don't know why else they would bring her up.
Oh, yeah, actually. Here's a twist. What if she's alchemy? Boom.
I don't know if that works.
I don't know, man.
But I think she's definitely going to be something.
That's like that is some How to Get Away with Murder Season 1 twist right there.
So, I don't know. She's going to be evil. I just want to call it.
I'm calling it right now. She's alchemy. Boom.
Okay, Ben.
I mean, I'd say it's a pretty solid. That's a solid prediction. So
yeah, but she's definitely going to be something. Just because why else would they bring her on the show?
Yeah,
no one really cares about Joe's romance, really.
Yeah, I mean, last season it was meh. This season it's meh. You know.
Yeah.
Did he have a romance in season 1? I forget.
No, he didn't.
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is, man, these superhero movies just keep losing their directors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got Deadpool 2, lost his director.
That was really...
Well, actually, first, the Flash movie lost its director. I forget who it was, but it lost it, and I'm not surprised because I assume that the studio wants to make it more fun. And I think it's the guy who directed Dope, which... It's a pretty down movie, and it's a good movie. It's a great movie, but it's pretty sad. And maybe the Flash isn't fit for that. I think Flash is more sort of Spider-Man tone wise.
Yeah, which DC has yet to make a movie that's really any fun at all. And yeah, I really hope...
I mean, okay, so the Flash at its best, the TV show, is pretty fun. It delivers some great drama.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really good. And it's a fun TV show, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's about. That's why you like the Flash. It's the fun.
That's why. Yeah, exactly.
So I think if he went the route that the rest of the DCU films, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
the DCU?
Yeah. But I mean, the problem with this movie is that it's had like 3 directors, and they've all quit. So I wonder if there's something going on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, who knows? But I think if Flash went the typical DC movie route and they made it like super dark, like Man of Steel, it would be absolutely terrible.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like you're looking at another Amazing Spider-Man situation, right? Where it's just, oh, hey, here's a character that's supposed to be really fun, but we're going to make super serious for some reason.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man.
But we're still going to try to make him fun for some reason. It's going to be so tonally inconsistent. And hopefully that's okay. But the real news here, I think, is Tim Miller leaving Deadpool 2.
Yeah, what was good with that?
Okay, Desi, so I didn't share this with you earlier, but there is a reason.
Yeah.
So the official statement is because of creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. Or sorry, that's not the official statement. That's the rumor. But the official statement is that he just left. But some correlating events happened recently. Mm-hmm. Tim Miller has also signed on with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I'm just saying, like that's some coincidence right there, right? I mean, both are definitely related in multiple ways. They're both. There's the PG-13 live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's gonna be quite an adventure. Oh man. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about Tim Miller leaving Deadpool 2 because that was a dumb move because they felt
I think he was going to try something different, and for some reason Ryan Reynolds wanted more fart jokes. So that's what we're getting as a movie, by the way. A ton of fart jokes, and that's going to be it.
Wow. Well,
and you know what? I honestly don't care about Deadpool 2. There's not much there that interests me.
Really? Well, yeah. I thought the first Deadpool...
I think Cable works a lot better as an Avengers character.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the first
or an X-Men character instead of Deadpool. Sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think the first Deadpool movie I think it was great. It was very like solid. I think it was very well done. So I think they kind of I don't think it was a good idea to kick Tim Miller out, or Tim Miller left himself. So
yeah.
I think they just lost something there, and so now I don't know how good Deadpool 2 is going to be. I'm still thinking it's going to be pretty good though, because I really like the first one.
Yeah,
and I think Ryan Reynolds is he's literally Deadpool. Honestly, he's like the real life Deadpool. So I don't know. I think it'll be good.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I've always been pretty cautious about these instant success movies that or just like surprise success movies. I'm talking like Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, and now Deadpool that like have some stuff going on behind the scenes. Guardians of the Galaxy actually doesn't, so screw what I just said. But I mean, like movies that were like a surprise hit. And nobody really expects that the sequel, or people are anticipating the sequel, and then the sequel's not good. I feel like that's definitely something that's going to happen
with Deadpool.
You
don't think you think the sequel's going to be worse?
I think it might be funny. I think it's definitely going to be a lot more lowbrow than the first one, and the first one was pretty lowbrow at some points. So
but I'm not sure if they can top their first one. Honestly, I wonder if it's significantly worse if Deadpool's going to make a joke about that.
Yeah. It could be.
I would forgive them for making a worse movie.
No. I wouldn't forgive them for making a bad movie and then pointing it out.
I'm not saying a bad movie.
I'd say that's one of the most laziest things you can do.
A worse movie.
Yeah. I'd say if it's a better movie and they do that, yes. I would be fine with that. But if it's a worse movie, you're just going to end up with a situation like that line in X-Men Apocalypse where they're like, oh, the third one's always the worst. And then everyone laughs for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's just I mean, when I first saw that movie, there was like, I don't know, there was some woman in the back who was who clearly was not anticipating this movie to be good. And just like was sort of delivering her commentary while the movie was happening. It was like a local theater. It was sort of small. And it was just so weird and kind of rude, actually, because here I was trying to enjoy this movie, and or at least derive something out of this movie, and here's this person just yelling at everyone from the back of the room, and then she was like, "It is the worst," when that line happened, and it was just, oh man, that was. I mean, I think they thought they were very funny, but it's there's your interesting Ben story for today. But
okay,
yeah. So Desi, I think we're pretty much done today.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is coming out tomorrow. Our episode on that is coming out next week.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps it all up for today. So thank you for listening, and tune in every Thursday at 3 to 4 p.m. And subscribe to us on YouTube at The Watchtower, hosted by Ben and Desi.
Yeah. All right. See you guys next week with our full-length discussion about Doctor Strange. It's going to be a fun time.